CBS correspondent David Pogue joined an expedition to the Titanic wreckage last year, riding an OceanGate specially designed submersible vehicle. And David joins me now. So, David, first of all, what is your reaction to the news of the missing tourist submersible?
I mean, I know the people who run the company. I know some of the people on this week's trip. I'm kind of freaking out and also wondering how it's possible. I mean, there is a lot of safety, a lot of checklists, a lot of redundant systems built into this thing. It must have been something really freakish.
What is your understanding of how this could happen?
So the first thing I worried about the night before I went on it was that we'd run out of air, or that we'd get a leak and implode. Or that we'd be stuck on the bottom. So there's 4 days worth of air in there. They're already 1 day in, so 3 left. They have 7 different methods for returning to the surface, like dropping off weights or using their propellers and so on. So it seems like if they are anywhere, they could only be one of 2 places. Either they came back to the surface and they've lost power, which is why they can't radio anybody and they're just bobbing somewhere, or the nightmare scenario is that they got trapped down there. They got hooked on something or snagged and they can't return to the surface. And in that case, there's no good ending to the story because there's no other craft that can go down there and get them. It's a one of a kind.
Right. I want to ask you because I understand when you went on the journey last year, there were some weather-related delays and a failure of the communication system. Can you tell us about that and how confident you felt as you were preparing to go?
What I don't think most people don't realize is this thing takes paying passengers out to the shipwreck for 5 days at a time. So that gives them 5 tries to get in the sub and visit the Titanic. This is the 3rd year they've done it. They go out 5 times each summer, and most weeks they get down only once out of the 5. All the other times, either there's bad weather or a mechanical failure.
And on that note, so given the technical setbacks on past dives were small ones, does this time feel different?
It does, because this time they have lost communication with the ship on the surface. There are supposed to be short text messages that can be sent, and there's supposed to be safety pings once every 15 minutes, and neither of those has happened in over 24 hours. So that indicates that the power has gone out, and it's really bad. It's dangerously cold, and I mean, this is day 2. So that's another worry, in addition to they're not equipped with anything but snacks and 1 water bottle.
When you were at the deepest depths of the voyage that you were on, how safe did you feel?
It turns out that I was worried about the wrong things. I really lost sleep the night before. I was kind of a mess. But I was worried about getting back to the surface and running out of air. And again, those are 2 things that I didn't need to worry about. When I asked Dr. Rush what he worries about, this is what he told me: getting snagged. The sea is full of these mile-long fishing nets that have been cut free. They call them ghost nets. And if the sub gets snagged in one of those, it's over.
All right, that is CBS correspondent David Pogue. David, thank you very much.
Thank you.